The student protest at Jantar Mantar has ended. Government has accepted almost all of their demands. Now the Jantar Mantar looks a very deserted place. But do you know the history of Jantar Mantar? There is some polity also involved. Why this particular place has been frequently in news for the protests? In this small video, we will see the history of Jantar Mantar and how these protests, it has become a protest site. Welcome to Legacy IS Academy, and in this video, we will try to understand the history of Jantar Mantar as a protest place, and we can talk about which are the major protests have happened and the freedom of speech and expression, what are the reasonable restrictions on that. So first of all, about the place. Who was, let's say, the person, basically the person behind building this Jantar Mantar as a place? It was Maharaja Sawai Singh II. It was built in 1724 to 1731, and the purpose was largely astronomical observatory. There is Jantar Mantar in Gujarat also. Similar, we can say that place has been there in we can say that Delhi. Now this particular place is built specifically, we can say that, to observe movement of sun, moon and stars, improve the astronomical calculations and correct calendars like Panchang in Hindu calendar, and assist the navigation and time measurement also. This was, we can say, the main purpose for the Jantar Mantar. And similar kind of, let's say, infrastructure is also there, monument is also built in Gujarat. Okay, so remember this. Now 5 Jantar Mantars there are in India: Delhi, Jaipur, Ujjain, Varanasi and Mathura. So we can say that these 5 Jantar Mantars are having let's say purpose this same only. We can talk about is astronomical and navigation and time measurement. Important instruments in Delhi Jantar Mantar: yes, Samrat Yantra is there, Jai Prakash Yantra, Ram Yantra and Misra Yantra. So these 4 yantras are basically to achieve these 4 objectives. Why it was built? Okay, observing movement of sun, moon and stars, improving astronomical calculations, correct calendars and navigation. Remember this. Delhi Jantar Mantar is protected monument under ASI, Archaeological Survey of India, and Jaipur Jantar Mantar is UNESCO World Heritage Site. So if you visit there, Jaipur, you can visit this particular monument, very important UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, Jantar Mantar, how it became India's protest site? Let's try to understand that history also. See, the protest is important aspect of democracy. We have seen in last 20 days how the student protest evolved over the period of time, and how it became a kind of source, a platform for dissent. Dissent is important part of democracy, we can say that, and how the social media was used as a platform for the people to give their opinions, their dissent, and uphold the accountability of the elected executives, we can say that. So that is part of democracy. Now before 1993, Boat Club near Rajpath in Delhi was the main protest venue, but there were challenges for this, especially large political mobilizations, and it raised the law and order concerns. That's why 1993 onwards, government gradually designated Jantar Mantar Road for demonstration. There are some advantages to designate this site for peaceful protest by the government itself. Yes, it is first close to Parliament, so that we can say Parliament is, we can say, the temple of democracy in India. So they are near that, of course, that protest will be catching the attention, we can say that, for those protesters. They are dissenting on certain things and the government should listen to them. Easier crowd management by the law enforcement agencies, and third is dedicated protest site available, so it can be easy to manage. So balancing the freedom of speech and expression along with law and order, public order challenges. So this is the way Jantar Mantar has emerged. Why it is important? First of all, institutionalized peaceful democratic protest, first thing. Second, balances public order with freedom of expression. Article 19, Article 19A. Okay, 1A. So Article 19 1A, it is, we can say that, freedom of speech and expression. Third, recognize space for citizens voice and dissent. So people can go there and peacefully protest instead of simply protesting on the road or outside any public office. This is the way. Then fourth, strengthen participatory democracy. The government itself is promoting by designating such site. Jantar Mantar represents India's democratic commitment to allow peaceful dissent while maintaining public order. This is the way we can talk from the polity perspective, especially going in detail, constitutional basis, Article 19(1)(a), just now we mentioned freedom of speech and expression. Within that, there is second right, right to peacefully assemble. Okay, so these two fundamental rights are important, but they are not absolute in India. They are not sacrosanct also. There are reasonable restrictions, that is public order, morality. So they are, we can say that, important reasonable restrictions: public order, morality, security of the state, sovereignty and integrity of India. In the name of all these, there can be restrictions on these freedom of speech expression, like we can say that internet ban. Internet was banned there in that Jantar Mantar area during the student protest. Those who have visited those protest sites, they may have experienced this. At the same time, right to, let's say, peacefully assemble. So Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita has several sections. They were let's say implemented, especially assembly of more than 3 people was not allowed. So basically uh, such kind of provisions are there in BNS. Of course, they are implemented for this purpose, but people were protesting peacefully, and that's why there is concern related to balancing both aspects. So important judicial development, in that major judicial development is Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan versus Union of India 2018, wherein Supreme Court has recognized right to protest as a part of fundamental right. First of all, right to protest, peacefully protest, part of Article 19(1)(a). Then it must coexist with the rights of residents and public convenience also. That means it does not mean people can protest anywhere, and it can create inconvenience. Many times it is given example like during farmers protest, it was creating inconvenience for the movement from an outside Delhi city. It was blocking the roads. Okay, authorities would regulate, not prohibit, peaceful protest. So this was, we can say, major concern in student protest on 20th of July, the violence that have happened. So this you have to remember. Then democracy thrives on the dissent and dialogue. This is the opinion given by Supreme Court in this Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan. In mains examination, you should give the example of peaceful student protest that happened recently, and this particular case where Supreme Court has given their opinion about it. So simply we can say Jantar Mantar is the constitutional space where citizens exercise their fundamental rights within the framework of law. So basically we have to balance between freedom of speech and expression versus, we can say that, security, order, morality. So these aspects we should remember, and there can be even question related or case study related to such kind of protests that are happening. And suppose, let's say, there has been, let's say, concern related to law and order. So how do we balance that if you are the person who is responsible to ensure law and order and ensure peaceful protest, also protecting the peaceful protesters? So in that situation, what we will do? So we can expect such case study also. Okay, so we'll have separate session for that particular, let's say, case study, or we have designed one case study in that manner, and there will be separate video. Keep watching these videos on current developments which are important for your prelims and mains examination, and for regular updates you can subscribe to Legacy IS channel. Thank you.